Wouldn't it be great if you could hear some tips for how to be the best product manager you can from those that actually run the companies of the biggest brands in the world? Well, hey, we're on this channel. Why not get into exactly that?
Jurassic Park.
In today's video, I'm going to share some quotes and stories from some of the most famous people in product. You're going to love it. First up, we have a gem from Bill Gates. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. Microsoft have been around for a number of years and have released loads of products, and sometimes they release new Windows updates. Now, there was this one time where they released a new update and it did not go down well with customers at all. They were very frustrated, but you didn't see Bill hiding under a desk scared to speak to those customers. And there's a great story of something he did that I think brings this to life. Bill decides to go in the office and visit the product support team. And while he's there, he hears a phone ring and says to the help desk support officer, "Can I pick that up for you?" They're a little bit confused. He's the guy that runs the whole company after all. But sure, what are they going to do? They obviously say, "Go ahead." And he puts on his headset and he says, "Hello, this is Microsoft Product Support. William speaking. How can I help you?" The customer at no point has any idea that he's speaking to Bill Gates, the actual guy that runs the whole company. But what does he do? Bill listens. He listens to the customer and hears what their challenge is. And actually, he's able to support them and guide them through their immediate issue, but gets to hear what they're actually saying directly to help desk support. What's the lesson here? Well, to me, it's don't be afraid of criticism. There is no better way to learn about your product and how to make it better than listening to the direct challenges of the customer. Next up, we have the legendary Steve Jobs, who said, "You can't ask customers what they want and then try to give that to them. By the time you get it built, they'll want something new." Steve Jobs was all about innovation, and that is what encompassed the whole spirit of Apple at that time. They didn't want to just meet the expectations of their customers or answer their direct needs. They wanted to go above and beyond and completely blow out the market. That meant when they released the initial iPhone, it had a touchscreen, it had a camera, it had different sensors. It was unlike anything else that the customer could purchase. The lesson here is sometimes you need to think beyond what the customer's telling you. You need to speculate about what the future could be, what you could design, and what that experience might enable for them. Sundar Pichai once said, "A lot of times it's about taking a step back and seeing where the world's going, and then taking those steps to get there." Sundar's story is actually really inspirational, especially for anyone that works on a product team in a large company. When he first joined Google, his product that he needed to lead the development of was Google Chrome. Now, this might sound quite hard to believe, but Google Chrome was kind of nothing in the industry at the time. Everyone used other internet browsers. They used Internet Explorer or Firefox mainly. But he looked at where the market was going and he realized that people want something that had more user experience, that was faster and more secure. And his story is one of persistence, of making slow steps to be able to really break down and make a move into that market so people decide to use your product over others. Finally, April Underwood said, "Great products are built by ruthless focus, strong vision, and continuous learning from customers." April's journey is a great one about tenacity and how a small company can make a big difference. When she first joined Slack, she was actually in a company that was pretty small in the market, but they had a big vision. They wanted to be the best communication tool out there. How did a pretty small company suddenly become one of the biggest players in the industry? Well, I believe that they had one principle that they followed to meet their vision, and that was being relentlessly focused on user feedback. Product leaders like April spent hours listening in to customer feedback calls or reading through written feedback that are posted on the App Store, for instance. And it was by going through that and making small iterative improvements they were able to make a product that didn't just fulfill needs of the customer, but actually found ways to delight them, be playful, make an enjoyable experience for them. The key message: have a strong product vision, stay focused, and listen to your user feedback. So there you have it. Some amazing tips from the best in business. Some of the most famous people in product. The big guns. I actually take a lot away from this when I'm thinking about my products in the future. I'm going to be thinking about making sure I'm being innovative, that I'm staying really focused on my vision, but also that I'm listening to my users. And the biggest lesson of all for me personally was hearing the one around Bill Gates, that you shouldn't be afraid of criticism. Don't scour away, don't hide behind your desk. So that's what I'm going to do as well. And look, if you like this video, I would love it if you could subscribe, like the video, and maybe leave a comment. Tell me, what are some of the biggest tips that you've heard out there from industry leaders? And hey, even if you leave a negative comment, I'm going to take it on board. I'll accept the criticism. Honestly, I'll give it my best shot.